Here you are touching your thumb to the throat and you are oscillating. Prarthana. Oh. Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amrutam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from death to immortality, says the Chandogya Upanishad. We pray to Mother Nature, Prakriti, to Lord Dhanvantari, and to the Almighty to bless us with health, happiness, and prosperity. And we immensely thank for having given us this rare opportunity and this rare treasure of health. We invoke their blessings so that we may pursue this all throughout our life. Okay, now we start with from the brain. Dhriti Shakti Vikas. Body straight, hands clapped, hands palm on your thighs, hands clapped to the body. Breathing in through the nose as rapidly as you can. Now look straight and repeat. Focus on the ground. Smarana Shakti Vikasaka. Now touch your chin to the chest. With these three exercises, you can see already so much saliva comes into your mouth. And also now nitric oxide, requisite nitric oxide is already in place in your immune system. Okay. Now we come to the Netra Shakti. Right, left. Remember the three golden principles, GEC, gratitude, enhancement, visualization, and connect your breath to the portion of the body on which you are currently exercising. Extremely important. Diagonal. Gratitude helps you fall in love with the life you already have. Practice gratitude. You don't need anything more. Right and left shoulder. Some exercises I'll go a little faster today just to cope up with the last segment, which is the legs. Rotation. Now remember the RAS principle. Always keep telling positive things. That is how the mind registers. Whatever you say, it registers. RAS is like the gatekeeper. It allows to whomever you have given the pass, it allows. So if you give a positive thought, it's like a pass you have given to a positive thought, it allows them. A negative thought also, it does the same. Okay, now look ahead, focus on the details, and come back and focus on the index finger details. You can keep blinking and changing your position. A fine adjustment of the neuromuscular system and also strengthening. It gives you brighter eyes, better vision. Okay, now the last exercise. Raise your eyeballs without blinking, stare. Let your eyes pain, let it water. The purpose of exercise on a daily basis is to ensure that you're pushing yourself to the next level from wherever you are. Okay. Now we come to the Kapola Shakti, the cheeks. Okay, we do the relaxation. Blink, rapid blinking. Yes, there we are. Now we go to the face. Breathe in through the mouth. Breathe out through the nose. With your thumb, close your nostrils. The oxygenation, burning of fat, chiseling, all happens when you're holding. So hold as much as you can. It also improves your lung capacity. One last time. Keep your body straight. After you have taken a position, put your head down, align your body. Don't bend forward or backward. Now we come to the ears. Our 1st Battalion Regiment. Let's cheer them up and down. We're giving them all the food supplies, medical facility, cleaning up the place, rotation. If you see the entry of the virus and bacteria, the most crucial part is the face. You have the nostrils, you have the ears, you have the eyes, you have the mouth for the foreign bodies to enter. So this is the first line of defense. Second is the throat and shoulders. Okay, now with your palm on your ears. Forward and backward. Rotation. Reverse. Okay. Now we plug in, properly plug in with your thumb, ring finger on your nostrils, and these two on your eyes, little finger, no job. Okay. Very good. I think you must be feeling fresh by now. Okay. Now we come to the neck. Griva Shakti Vikasaka. Slowly and steadily turn your neck. Initially be a little slow, and then you can increase your speed. Forward, backward. Breathing in through the nose at your own comfort. Sideways. Now, touch your chin to your chest and roll. Clockwise, anti-clockwise. Slowly and steadily. Lovingly and gently. You will never have a pain in your neck. That's one of the worst pains. As we say, you are a pain in the neck. What if your neck is paining? Forget about others being the pain in your neck. Okay. Now, the next one. Breathe in through your nose. Take your chest back. Push your neck forward. You're trying to lift basically the foundation of the neck. This is to prevent the cervical spondylitis. Okay. Once again. So we increased our face value, our neck value, by which on a daily basis your value of jewelry is increasing. Please bear that in mind. And now we are going to increase our costume value. Skanda Tata Bahu Shakti Vikasaka. Thumb in, fist closed. Breathe in and try to see if you can't do both together. Please do it initially. What I want is you should get this proper shoulder movement. Push your hands down, lock your elbows, and you should have this rapid movement. Okay, with breath. Breathe in through your mouth. See, you are holding all the time till you are doing this exercise, and then you breathe out through your nose. Okay. Next. Now, your fingers on your shoulder and breathe in. Come up. When you push back, see that your shoulder blades join each other. You'll slowly get it, but that is your goal, I'm saying. Now reverse it. Good. Now we are going to do full arms. If you can't do both arms together, if there's not enough flexibility, please do one arm at a time. That's also very good. One arm. Full length. Imagine a ring over here. Visualize and do it. 3 operating principles. Don't forget. Okay, next. Breathe in, hold. And in the entire course of exercise, you are holding your breath. When you can no longer hold, punch and breathe out. And then again, repeat the exercise. Okay, there we go. They are all quite tiring. You should take it to that level where you're holding your breath. You're increasing your heart rate, strengthening your heart. Okay, now reverse. Although these appear for the shoulders, but they have a great impact on the lung muscles. In between the ribs, there are fine muscles. So they all get strengthened. And for a heart as well, heart is this side. So where the muscles surrounding your heart, they all get strengthened. Okay. Next, sideways. Raise your arms. Reverse namaskar. Your upper body should raise, your shoulders, arms, everything is raised to the next level. Now, forward. When you come here, you have to take it back. Don't go swing your hand only till this position, your thigh, and take it back. Breathe in, breathe out through your nose. There we go. Next, sides and breathe in and hit back. Feet together as close as possible. There we are. Now, normalize your breath a bit. Okay. Now we come to the next exercise. Your elbows to the sides and you're hitting at the shoulder level. Neither high nor low. Okay. As rapid as you can. Now, breathe in, hold. Breathe in through your nose, hold, and create a resistance in your arms and lift. As tight as you can. It's in your hands to strengthen your hands. Three, 4 times. Number of times is not important, but how much resistance you create is important. You're breathe in, holding, and as you lift, you come up, you breathe out. Now the second variant, palm open, fingers together. Oh. Fingers apart, stretch as much as you can. Every variant activates different muscles, different tissues, different nerves. There we are. Now fist. Sideways. Rigorously. Then palm open. Push it a little back to get the play. Now imagine all these exercises are enriching your skin tone, throwing away toxins, and make you feel better. Okay, now fingers apart. All this voluntary breathing makes your brain more calmer. Now, shake rigorously. Now, let your fingers loose. Focus on the tip of each and every finger, one by one. Connect. The more you're able to connect and feel the tingling sensation, your nervous system and your entire body is in great correlation. Imagine now the hard breathing which we are doing, the nitric oxide which is produced, and also the saliva which is produced. It has, as I told you, 22 proteins. And those proteins which have the nerve growth factors, they help you to enhance the nervous system capability. So that's how this is an antidote for Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and dementia. Now, pull. Okay, now we have done with our skanda tata bahu. Now we come to our chest. We breathe in, expand our chest, invoking a positive energy and deriving strength from the cosmos, Mother Prakriti. See, Mother Nature is extremely kind. You just need to connect to her. We have never connected to Mother Nature. We are only connected to the doctors. So connect to Mother Nature. There is no greater doctor than her. Tell you what all problems you have, and she'll take care of it. Yes, there we go. Breathe in, expand your chest. Sideways. As much as you can expand. Now roll back your shoulders and go back. As much as you can. See, there's a nice pull on your neck as well. If you can see in this portion of the neck, there is a pull. Go to that extent. Your neck is bent backwards, your shoulders are bent backward, your back is bent backwards. You can slowly go back, give this nice cushiony push and come up. Now, let's do the hard breathing. It's all through the nose. What you're doing is you're taking a slow breath in, which is not noticed, and you're giving a forceful breathe out from your nose. About 10 to 20. Palm on your thighs, hands clasped to your body, feet together, body straight, back straight. First position, neck back. Keep pulling your hands down. Eyes gently closed. Now look straight and repeat. Now bend your head as though you're looking 5 feet forward. And repeat. Body straight. Don't bend your body. Now Shitali, where you're also doing the Jalandhar Bandh. Form a funnel. Slowly drawing air. The air and the moisture in your tongue sends a cool wave inside your body. By now you must be already perspiring profusely and your body is extremely warm. As you come up, breathe out through your nose. Breathe in through the mouth, breathe out through the nose. Okay. Now the fourth variant, where you have to bend from the bottom of your spine at a 60 degree and repeat the same exercise. So for that, first let's push our hip back, widen our chest, thumb facing the ground, bend 60 degree. Keep your eyes gently closed. Wonderful. Now we go to the 90 degree, form a perfect tabletop. Invite your family members to have breakfast on your tabletop. Push your hip out, widen your shoulders, bend forward 90 degree. Neck up, eyes gently closed. Excellent. Now we do this Shitali again. Very good. Okay. Now we come to the next exercise, which is the Udara Shakti. As I told you, this is the most abused part, and lot of all the critical aspects of our health take place over here. So let's focus on this. Before that, I would like to tell you a metaphor. What is it like having good health in your life? What is it having good health and not having good health? Now, we all have to live in this body till our death. Do we agree on this point? We may change our car, we may change our residence, we may change our place, but you can't change your body, isn't it? So now let's compare our life from birth to death to a journey. Say you're taking in by flight from Mumbai to New York, USA. Okay, I'm just taking the longest journey of 24 hours approx. So this is your life and you have to live your life. Now the aircraft is like your body. And in the aircraft, you have got three different categories of travel. One is the economy class, the second is the business class, and the third is the first class. Now your health is like the travel class what you have booked in. If you are in economy class, you are barely given that service. You barely have space to even stretch your legs. You don't have space to lie down. Very uncomfortable. And the food is also like so kind of a thing. You call for the air hostess. They may or they may not come when you call them. Now imagine like you are having the worst kind of a health. We'll compare it to the third category, which is the economy class. Now you uplift your health. Like if the crew comes and asks you, sir, can I upgrade you to first class? No cost. Will you not take the offer? Just think for yourself. You will jump at it. He said, my God, I'm so fortunate. You'll say, we are upgrading you to first class or to business class. He says, give me when there is no cost. Isn't it? You jump at it, right? In the same way, now you have a chance to upgrade your travel class from economy to business and from business to first class just by improving your health. Which means right from the morning you get up, you are in a nice frame of mind. You will enjoy the glass of water you drink. It's so tasty. You'll enjoy your breakfast. You'll enjoy your lunch. You'll enjoy your sleep. Every aspect is like the first class travel. The body, the aircraft is the same. The journey is also the same for everybody. But it is your health which makes a difference in what class you're traveling till the time of your death. And with the good health, you don't have to eventually at the end of your life, when the body's parts start wearing out, then they give all sorts of problems. You will only be having doctor visits. What is the point of that? Like, enrich your life. Just give this 45 minutes of your time on a daily basis and see how you will be for the rest of your life. Your creative power will increase. This is the best ROI as a businessman. I'm telling you, it enhances your thinking capabilities, decision-making capabilities, your vigor and strength during the entire day. You're able to carry yourself so well. Now, what more you want? So when you are working in your life, your efficiency also improves, apart from the feel-good factor you're experiencing. Okay, now let's take it forward to the Udara Shakti Vikasaka. Now, we breathe in, push our abdomen out, and then breathe out and take our abdomen in as much as we can. Now, having done this, now the next is complete breathe out. Okay, and then you hold. When I say hold, meaning there is no breathe in or breathe out further, you're holding. And during the time of the hold, you are palpitating your abdomen. It may happen, may not happen. Don't worry. This is the last exercise anybody would get in the process of Sukshma Vyayam. It's the most difficult, I would say. Okay, now breathe out, hold, and palpitate. As rigorously as you can, then breathe in. Okay, once again. Breathe out, hold, palpitate. Now, bend 60 degrees and repeat. This is an excellent exercise. Your entire 5 pranas are getting activated. Your entire endocrine system is now getting activated, which means the pharma and the nature's best hospital is within you. Whatever is happening, it is curing. And with the 3 golden principle rule, you are now on your rounds. You're like your boss. You're telling this is not right here, this is not right here, I want it this way, I want it this way. With that visualization, you're giving instructions to the mind. And now it is the job of the mind. The subconscious mind works 24 hours. Now you have just said for 45 minutes from the head to the toe what all has to be done, and your job is over. But the subconscious mind takes over, and it ensures that the entire endocrine system works towards making that portion better. Let's say you have a problem in the knee. Now supplying the nice fine nutritions to the knees, building up the tissues, the cartilage, the muscles, whatever is required to strengthen the knee, the subconscious mind does that. This is what beautiful happens. Now we have never given instructions. Imagine if you don't give instructions, who will do? The job description, instructions has to be there, and monitoring. So we'll be monitoring again tomorrow in that 45 minutes. So this is all what is happening. So you have to understand what we are doing properly. Okay, now 60 degree. Now 90 degree. There we are. Today I'm going to tell you a beautiful story of a person who was in prison and how he made use of his mind to during his time in the prison and what he achieved in life. It's an again amazing real-time story. So the power of the mind is great. Okay. Now we come to the after the abdomen. Okay, now we do the sideways. Same principle. Breathe out, hold, and take your inside muscles, your abdomen, swinging left, right, left, right. Now forward rotation. Properly pump and push the entire organs. That movement itself makes the entire organ strong. It increases blood supply. It enhances their muscle strength, tissues repair. Now reverse. Breathe out, hold, and reverse. Now we do the Uddiyana Bandh. Complete breathe out. And then push your navel. You are in a hold position. And push your navel deep inside as though it is going and touching the spine. That way. Now. As much as you can hold. The vacuum does a miracle over here. So push it in. Create a stronger vacuum. Then this throws away toxins like crazy. Whatever toxins has been there, The more you keep doing this, let's say you have not cleaned the sink for a long time. There's so much of dirt which has gone and stuck in there. The more you pump and you put water, the more it throws away dirt. In the same way, now we are cleansing our entire system. Oh, okay. Now we do the Kati Shakti, the trunk. See here, you can either do the trunk and the groin or the groin and the trunk. It's not an issue. Parallel to each other. Breathe out and go back. And as you come forward, breathe in and then again reverse. Now, let's prepare for the side bending. Bend, bend. Slowly, as you go down, push, push, push as much as you can. Okay, now interlock and raise your hands. Upper body as much as you can and bend sideways. Your arms on your ears, next to your ears. Push, push, push. Yes, there we are. Now further push again and the other side. Now once again, raise your arms, upper body, and feel the nice pull behind your abdomen. In this portion, till the back. Once again, the other side. Okay. Okay, now we do the forward and backward bending. Ensure proper support is given to your back here by holding this way and back. As much as you can, slowly swing, go to your extreme. Every day you are a better you than before. Now let's rotate. Clockwise, anti-clockwise. Okay, there we are. Now let's do a damage control where you are building your resistance levels. Breathe in, and here and the mind level, you're keeping one negative thought in your mind, which is not good in you. Throw it out. These really work. So take the right thought, whatever you want, which is the worst in you, take it out. Whatever is troubling you. Yeah. And here there's a possibility where you can lose balance, that's okay, which means you've done to your best. Now let's massage. Just keep rotating your hips and your waist. You'll see a fine movement of the hip balls. You're strengthening the uppermost portion of your leg now simultaneously. That is the hip joints. There we are. Okay. Now we come to the groin. You keep your feet together. Take a quick short breath. Hold and pull your groin from the bottom of, from the upper thigh, from the rectum region. Pull it up. Extremely good. for your constipation, piles, fistula, urinary tract disorders, monthly cycle disorders, and all the issues related in men. Fissures, fibroids, extremely good. Go ahead, go ahead. Then you can leave your breath. Now 4 inches apart and repeat. And keep a smile on your face. Again. Okay, now 10 inches apart. Repeat. Wonderful. So as we have seen, now from the brain, we have come up to our end of the spine, the rectum region. Okay. Now afterwards, I'll show you the position for most effective bowel movement. Okay. Now before that, at the end of the session, I would request all of you to please give me your suggestions and what was good, what was not good, and your personal heart feelings, whatever you have liked in the whole process. Now, a simple example. Yesterday, a friend of mine, Sunil Balram, he told me that the thought for the day is so good that we would like to keep it as a treasure and keep revisiting it again and again. That's a good thing. You listen it to once, it may sound good, and you leave it, it doesn't work on your mind. As I told you, you have to do the neuron pathway building over there, neural pathway. So for that, you need to keep remembering it again and again for some time till the neural pathway is formed. Then it becomes a part of you. So he said, why don't you post it on the group? See, these kind of ideas, they make real sense. Then yesterday, as madam was saying, come close to the camera so that we can see you better and the movements better. These are simple things, but they are so effective in making the session more lively, useful, and beneficial. So that way, I would like to, we would like to listen to that and make it a better event. Okay. Now, we'll cover the legs, then I'll tell you the story. Then I'll show you the position of the bowel movement. Okay. The first one. Now, as far as the legs are concerned, I would like to tell you, you all please attempt whatever you can in whatever manner you can. Now, if you cannot do standing also, no, do sitting and maybe lift your legs to whatever way we are lifting. Do that. You will gain strength gradually, and one day you will be able to stand and do this. I know of a lady who is about 75, who was not able to walk properly. Now she kicks the way we kick. And she's also doing Surya Namaskars. Can you beat this? This is what Mother Prakriti gives. You say, I want you, oh Mother, give me help. And you tell me what to do, I'm doing. So now, by grace of God, we have got this knowledge. We have to only imbibe it. Now, okay, we'll go with the exercises. Now, the first one, Kundalini Jagrata Shakti Vikasaka. Now you're kicking your back. The right heel touches your right hip, left heel touches your left hip. Now, as we all know, legs are again the most integral part of your body. You may have good health. The rest of the body is good, but if your legs are not good, you'll not be mobile at all in life. You'll be stationed at one place on crutches or on the wheelchair. So that is not life at all. So we need to have real strong legs to be mobile and agile in life. And I'll tell you, what are the parts of the legs so that you get an idea. Now, as you know, it starts with the hip bone over here, where through that, this entire leg is connected to the body. Now, as you come down, you have quadriceps over here. You have hamstrings at the back. This portion is hamstrings. quadriceps. And then you have the knee. And from the knee, then you have the anterior, lateral, deep posterior, superior posterior. That is fine. The tibia, patella, these are the important parts. And in the knee, around the knee, you have the cartilage. Then you have the ligaments, and there is fine fluid over here, which is for the lubrication of the movement. Now, knee is just a joint, and most of us suffer from knee pain. So for that, what do we do? Why do we suffer? We get pain, we get that knocking sound, cracking sound. All that is happening because the muscles around the knee have degenerated. There is no exercise. Because of the pain, you are further not putting any strain on the particular portion of the body. So with that, what happens? It further gets degenerated and a lack of muscle strength over there. And when there is no muscles, the bones hit each other. That is the time when you get that cracking sound and that pain. So now what we need to do, we need to increase the muscle strength in the segment around the knee. That's all. And what do we do for increasing the muscle strength there? Exercises, Vyayam. First level is you have to increase the strength by strengthening the hamstrings and the quadriceps. So when they become strong, they hold the upper leg from going and putting pressure on the knee. So half of your job is done over there. So now when we did the kicking, it strengthens your hamstrings. And the other exercises strengthen your quadriceps. So what happens is this strength keeps your upper leg in place and there is no pressure on the knee. And the various other exercises, what we are going to do is going to strengthen all the portions around your knee. So with this, you will have great legs. I'll tell you my story. This was about 6 years back. There was on the annual day function of our building where I stay, there was a running race, which is around the building. And incidentally, our building has almost a 400-meter track, a large building. So they said you have to run one full round. I said, okay. And I joined the race. Now, you know, when you run, normally what happens is your eyes are not that fully open. It's like almost closed and you're focusing on your muscular skeletal body movement. And you're not visualizing, yes, the road is clear, so you don't have to bother much about the road. I was running. And at one point, there was a speed breaker, which I did not realize. When my leg went on the speed breaker, I literally jumped. I was falling down. But since my body control, I was doing Sukshma, body control was great. I did not fall to the floor. With my steps, I managed. And I was back on my feet. And in fact, I won. I got the first prize. That is different. Now, what happened was in the process, I damaged my right knee. Because of the jump, with the force which went onto the ground, there was a big damage on the right knee. I went to the doctor. I said, this is the pain and things like that. They said, looking at your age, oh, you're already 55 now. So arthritis. And then they put me on medication and so many other things, MRI and this and that. Then I was saying, what else to do? We'll start with physiotherapy and medicines and all that. More of medicines. And then they even recommended at one stage knee surgery for me. I was shocked. I don't take medicines. I'm completely against medicine. So I said, what to do now? Then I went into a detailed research and study. I spoke to one of the best physiotherapists and asked them, why do you do this exercise? Why do you do that kind of a bending? They started telling me, so for this muscle, that muscle. So from the academic understanding of the structure of a leg and whatever they told me, I could relate and understand, okay, now these are the exercises, what we need to do to strengthen our legs. Incidentally, there was one exercise in the Sukshma Vyayam, which was always been damaging my legs. This is, done about 300 years back. You know, those time the food and the other nutrition which was available to the body was different in terms of calcium and phosphorus. But now we don't have that kind of a lifestyle. I'll tell you what that exercise is. When you sit down, when we do these squats, you will come to know, you have to sit down completely like this and come up and breathe out. So when your knees cross your toes, that is damaging to your knee. This is one general principle. But the exercise was that I was doing that and probably there was damage on my knees all the while. So now we have corrected that. We are not doing that exercise. So in this way, I started in creating new exercises, removing the exercises which are not good, and eventually now knees are perfectly all right. I can say that I've got back my legs, which was about 30 years ago. That firm, fine, you can run, you can do whatever you want. This is only because you have made up in your mind that I'm going to correct my knees. So don't worry, I have also gone to an absolute devastating state and come back from there. This is last 6 years journey I'm talking. Okay, so with that confidence, let's move forward. So the first exercise we did, kicking. Now the next one is, take your leg up. Now here you can take support of the wall, of the table, chair, whatever you can. Pull your heel, let it touch the hip. Then lift your leg, balance, pull and come down. I'll show you the front position now. Now this also improves your body balance. Extremely good. Keep your eyes open. If you close your eyes, you lose balance. Now lift, 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 lift. Nice pull on your hip bone. Now bend, pull and come down. Okay. Next one we do the Virasana. One is perpendicular, the other leg is parallel. Now here, this should be at a right angle. So adjust your back foot accordingly. Don't go in this way. Come up to the toes, it's fine. Right angle or up to the toes, it's up to you. And then hands parallel to the ground, looking straight, invoking that factor of courage in you. Now what courage? We are not fighting a war literally, but we are fighting our challenges and hurdles in life. Yeah. So you are saying, I can and I will. Whatever it could be. Let's say we are fighting with our health. I am going to make it better. You're fighting with the situation in the office, in your profession. Said, I'm going to do it coolly and calmly, but I'm going to achieve. I'm not going to give up. These kind of things. Don't lose hope with that courage. Build up your courage now. I can, I will. Now the other leg, make this horizontal and this vertical and go down. Adjust your feet, which is at the back. Bring this to a right angle and close your eyes and invoke that feeling. This very posture produces hormones of courage. So that is the reason we do this posture. Otherwise, you can always have such affirmative words. But along with this posture, it is a double whammy for you. Now, Chandrasana. Leg forward, knee almost touching the ground, hands up in a Namaskar position or this way to get your balance. Go down. Don't touch your knee to the ground, but just almost there. There you are. Then again, the other leg forward. There's a fine pull, whatever you can. If you can come to this level, fine. Then slowly you will see that you're progressing on a daily basis going down. You don't have to achieve this in one day. Whatever I'm showing you is the goal. You start from where you are. If you feel any exercise is difficult, leave it. Don't do it. Do whatever you can. To the best extent possible. And I'm telling you, in 3 to 6 months' time, you will be able to achieve all what I'm telling you. Okay, now. Feet at a angle. Slowly go down. You're strengthening your knees. All the muscles here up. You may feel that pain, cracking, so hold a table or a chair and come up. You can also take the support of a wall. Slowly. Now in this there are variations. Raise your heels and stand there. The more you stand, the more strengthening happens. It's up to you how much you can stand. Then go forward and backward. in this position if you can. Otherwise, you should eventually be able to do this. Okay. Now, the lymphatic fluid, which is for the defense mechanism, it flows in your body 24/7. Unfortunately, it does not have an instrument like a heart, which pumps blood throughout the day and night. So how do the lymphatic liquid move in your body and keep your resistance intact? Only by the movement of your body parts. Even if you do it once a day, it's good enough. And after that, if you are agile, that is also good enough. But note one thing, the calf muscles are like the heart to your lymphatic fluid. So now we are going to do exercise for the calf muscle. Simple. This is the heart of your immune system. Up and down. Just up and down. Very simple. And back and forth. Come on your heels, come on your toes. Come on your heels, come on your toes. Now we are going to do another exercise for super brain and memory, along with the legs. Left hand, hold your right ear. Right hand, hold your left ear. And do the squat. Keep your feet parallel to each other, shoulder width, and come down. Initially, if you can't do in this way without taking support, this will do the second stage, we'll do later. Please take support and do it of the wall or of a table chair. As much as you can. If you can go down completely, well and good. Let your knees not cross your toes. Adjust your position. You have to take your hip back and go down to ensure your knees don't cross your toes. Okay. Now here, resistance is where you're kicking. For that, one leg is at the back and one is in the front. Now this leg, while it's in the front, push it down. You're giving the reverse movement to the knee. Thereby you're strengthening the back portion of the knee. Push it down slowly. See, imagine in the entire day or night, you will never be able to get this position. So we are doing it consciously. Push and then with the other leg, kick. Now this is again resistance building, damage control. As fast as you can, 2-3 times is fine. Now take the other leg. Kick. Now standing straight, lock your knees, raise your knees straight. Just raise, like as you do in a march past. Raise. Yes, there we are. Okay, now let's massage our knees because we have kicked and done all that nonsense. So now we are specifying it. Okay, so after every damage control, there is a party. Your hands on your knees and nice rotational massage on your knees. You can see the entire knee portions getting stronger and activated. Now keep your feet apart and repeat. Good. Okay. Now your legs straight and you form a circle, imaginary circle with your foot. Clockwise, anti-clockwise. Your legs are straight. There is a variation also. You can keep your feet this way and repeat. Now all the numbness in your foot and the cramps, they will all go away by this simple exercise. Now, I must tell you, when leg pain strikes, it's not only because of the parts of the leg you have leg pains. I'll tell you a few examples. How you can get leg pain without the parts in the leg being affected. Like the first one is spinal nerve compression. Compression of the nerve roots in your lumbar and spinal region. That can be one of the cause. Now we have already exercised for that. So that is one thing indirectly which is taken care. Then spinal cord compression, where narrowing of the spinal cord in the neck. So that also can cause you pain in the neck. Third is the blood vessel conditions, blocked arteries, veins in the leg, which is reduced blood supply to the leg. That also causes pain in the legs. So for that, we have done the complete movement of the body. So we are ensuring proper supply of blood to the legs. So indirectly now you are working on your leg conditions. Then the pelvic and the hip conditions, where there are joint problems, in the pelvic and the hip regions, those also are a cause for the reason in the legs. Then they also talk about systemic conditions, which means muscle and nerve damage, which happens and it is cured by the endocrine and metabolic disorder. Now here this causes pain and numbness. So even this is set right because we have worked on the endocrine system and the entire muscles of the body. Last is tumors and cysts also. They cause in our lower back, pelvic region, a leg. These cysts and tumors, they cause a compression in the blood vessels and nerves, which gives you pain. So now, as you have seen, we working on the rest of the body indirectly takes care of so many factors which have been causing pain in your legs. So don't be surprised how this pain went away. I've really not done much of leg exercise, but how did it go? There was one a senior lady, Amma, in the previous class. She was mentioning she's about 80 years old, and initially she was able to stand only for 10 minutes to do the Sukshma Vyayam. And she said in about 10 days time, she was able to stand for 30 minutes. How? We got to study the leg exercises only on the 6th day, but the other aspects in the body, they did the magic for her. That is how it is. Okay. So now with this, now I'll show you the right posture for having the best evacuation and bowel movement. Okay. Just allow me a second. Initially, what I recommend is, let's say you're sitting on a sofa or on a bed. You can ensure that your legs are at your hip level. Sit in this position. You can lean to the wall, but keep your legs in this position. Okay. And lean to the wall. Am I visible? Yeah. Okay. And you can read your newspaper, or you can read a novel, book, whatever it is. You can listen to music. You can do your job also. Whatever it is. You are sitting in this position. And then now this is preparation. You sit for 5 minutes. You sit for 10 minutes. Initially, as I told you, this particular puborectalis is a sling. Now, let's say, as I told you, this is the entire intestine and the rectum region. Now, at the anus level, this string has pulled it up, these muscles. Now, what happens, unless and until this is continence, they call, where it is holding your bowels, and it will only happen when you want to pass it. Okay. Now, when you sit in the posture on a Western toilet, it is only coming to this level. It's not coming to the straight level like this. It is like this. Now, the position what I show you when you're going to sit down on your closet is it will make it to this level. So it is like that sack where you have tied it with a thread, you're completely unwinding the thread and you're widening the entire sac. And imagine if you pour, everything will go out in a jiffy. But if you're tied it and you've not untied it properly, it is not opened properly, so there will be still remains. In the same way, now this position, what is there? You're bringing it to straight. It will become straight. For that, you have to sit in this position. I told you preparatory is 10 minutes. After the preparation, on the closet, ensure there is a stool on this kind. Okay. There is a stool of this kind. You're just keeping your legs there. You can, this stool is about 10 inches, you can say. That's it. Your hands have to be on these legs. You got it? This raised legs, what will happen is this raised legs will help you to get that straight angle in your rectum. This may take some time. For people who have been exercising and regularly working out, for them it's not a problem. But for others, it may take some time. But I tell you, you will have a new experience in life of your emptiness in your bowels after you have answered your nature call. That is the impact which you will see. Very simple, but very effective. This is known as puborectalis. You can check for yourself. Okay. Now, I also mentioned about sleep, which is very essential for rejuvenation of your entire body and your health as well. For sleep, a few tips I'll give you. And now, since our association is going to be there, in any which case, as I mentioned to you, that we're having practice sessions every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll be coming live. If at all I'm not there, one of my students will be there, but the classes will go on. You can, we'll send you, Mrs. Nutan Balla will send you the link. You can join the class. Same time, 7:15, 8:15. There is not much of theory what we have done in the 6 days. It's pure Sukshma yoga done in about 45 to max 50 minutes. And thereafter, we will be also teaching Surya Namaskars and the ab exercises in that particular course. Since people are saying that we want to do Surya Namaskars, that is optional. We will also give you a recording of Yoga Nidra, which is about 20 minutes. You can relax for 20 minutes after you have done your exercises, Sukshma and Surya, whatever you have done. After this workout, you relax and regain 10 times the energy what you have spent here by doing the Yoga Nidra. Okay. Sleep. To sleep, preparation is again very important. You just can't, from a busy discussion or a schedule, you go down and you sleep and you say, I should get sleep. You will not get that. It has to start at least half an hour before. It starts with the dimming of the lights in whichever area you are, with very dim lights. Don't have those bright lights. The reason is, hormone known as melatonin is produced in the brain by the pineal gland, which is known as the king of all glands. Now, its main job is to see that you sleep well, and melatonin is produced by that pineal gland, and that melatonin is produced only when it has the right environment of dimness in light. It comes to know, oh, now it is time to sleep. So this is going by nature. As you see, in the olden days, it used to get dark, and from that time, the melatonin produce used to start, and people used to sleep early. That is one. Dim lights. Second is, take a shower if you can before going to sleep. 3, listen to some good music or read a light novel, not a high friction or a scary novel, not of that kind, a light novel. Listen to some mantras or melodious bhajans. Then you can meditate if you like. These are all methods to induce sleep. Things which you should not do. Never have very hot discussions at the time before going to bed. Never allow blue light to touch your eyes, which is, blue light is your mobiles, computers, TVs, they emit blue light, and that blue light is anti-production of melatonin, meaning it stops the production of melatonin. So the more you produce, you have seen blue light, the production of melatonin doesn't happen. So immediately after seeing TV, if you go and sleep, you will never get sleep because melatonin is not produced at all. So how will the body sleep? So keep away from these gadgets at least 1 hour before. So no harsh discussions, no seeing of TV or your mobile. And on the contrary, what you do is you're going to use other methods of mantra, bhajans, jap, reading a nice novel. This way, you calm your mind. And then there is one exercise which I'll show you, which you can do before going to sleep, which will help you also in terms of sleeping well. Now, let's say you're this way. You're sleeping down, okay? Now go to the wall and raise your leg. It should be at a 90 degree. Keep your legs on the wall. Now here I don't have a wall, so I'm keeping it this way and sleep. Do this for about 10 minutes. And in this posture, you can keep listening to music or any good talk you want to listen. Or you can do your jap, meditation also. Your legs are on the wall and you're allowing all the blood to come into your brain. Okay, this way. Very simple. There is another drink which you can make for yourself, which I will share with you how to make that drink and which you should drink about half an hour before. That also induces you internally. Now, these are all external things what we take internally, which runs through your blood. How we can do that? We'll take it up again. Okay. Now, the last story about the power of the mind. Oh my God, we are already at 8:35. Madam Nutanji, I need last 5 minutes. Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
Please. Sure.
Okay, thank you. So sorry, went off track today on the time frame. This is about one prisoner. This happened in Russia, where he was considered to be an American spy in Russia. This happened in the 80s, late 70s rather. He was considered to be a spy of America, and they caught hold of him and put him in the jail. Now, what jail? Siberia, the coldest place on this planet. And what is the kind of his cell? 4 feet by 3 feet, and height is 5 feet. Can you imagine? No light and no heater, nothing in that old place. He is in this particular cell where he is fighting against gravity. He cannot stand up, nor he can stretch his legs and sleep also completely. Now he was there in this place for 9 months. Okay. He knows that I am not guilty. I am not an American spy, but for whatever reason, I am into this prison now. He did not lose on his mental strength. He regained it. He said, I must do something which will help me to keep my mental health in place. And what can I do now? He said, okay, let me play chess. Chess, you need a chessboard. They'll not give anything. There's no supply of chessboard in that deadly cell. There's no opponent also to play. So what he decided was, he said, I will make an imaginary chessboard in my mind, 8 into 8, 64 squares. And I will have an imaginary opponent in front of me. And I will play both the calls. What the opponent is playing and he will play himself. In this way, he started that game. He was not a champion or anything, but he was playing with his family. He was playing in school as a hobby. He was not at all great in that. Now he started this 9 months over. And at that point, they moved him to another cell, which was, as you have enough space, you have a bed, you have a closet, all that. He was there for 12 years. Now, entire 12 years, plus that 9 months, he was mentally playing chess. Now, with whom should he play? Was a question which had come in his mind. He said, why not play with the world's best, Garry Kasparov at that time? Fine. Keeping Garry Kasparov in front of him, he was playing all the 12 years. In the early 90s, it was the US President Bill Clinton at that time. He sent his request to him, and somehow Bill Clinton was able to convince the Russian government that he's not an American spy, and he was released. After he was released, from Russia he moved to Israel. Now this is a real-time story. You can even find it on the net. He moved to Israel, and there he was a very powerful man, very intelligent and well-known personality. He became one of the ministers in Israel while he was there. One day in Israel, Garry Kasparov holds a tournament for the grandmasters. Grandmasters who have reached the world top level. Garry Kasparov's method of conducting a tournament is he has 5 grandmasters and he plays with all the 5 grandmasters at the same time. Now each one is making a move, he does a counter move. That was his capability then. So the tournament was going on. The entire press is there. The whole world is looking at this tournament there. And in that tournament, he defeats the first grandmaster, the second grandmaster, the third is defeated, fourth is defeated. But ultimately, Garry Kasparov loses to the 5th person. And can you guess who is that 5th person? He is not a grandmaster. He is this person whose name is Natan Sharansky, who was in the prison for 12 years. Natan Sharansky. Now everybody was zapped. Who are you? You are never a grandmaster. First of all, how did you come to the tournament? Because he was a minister, some influence, he came, he got himself inside. The press asked him, sir, how did you defeat Garry Kasparov? He tells, I have been defeating him several times because I've been playing with him for the last 12 years. Where? In my mind. This is the power of the mind. It is not only for this health and Sukshma Vyayam, this is for every aspect in your life. One has to be at something what you want to achieve in life. And nothing is impossible. Okay. So that power of visualization, the self-talk, what he did, and the reticular activating system, allowing the right positive thoughts into the mind, despite his worst condition. Can there be a worse condition than this? And you imagine what he achieved in his life. So with these words of encouragement, positivity, I would like to leave you all here. I will give you the thought for the day. Prepare and work out rather than repair and repent. So now we have prepared ourselves. We have the knowledge of this Sukshma Vyayam. Now we have to keep consistency in working out on it. You just can't let it go. You have to work out on it. And it's much, much better than getting into a problem, repairing the portion of the body, and also repenting that what has happened to my state. So this is the way you have to move forward in life. You have to prepare yourself and pursue whatever you're trying to do. It's not only there. Let's do the prayers, offer our gratitude and immense thanks to the Mother Nature, Lord Dhanvantari, and the Almighty. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha.